Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Wanted to take a quick break from biking to show off the bike to you. I've had a couple requests to show off what I'm working with. So here she is in all of her glory, a little bit dirty. This is the Evil Offering version 2. I think it came out in 2021. Now, I purchased this bike used from the Pros Closet based out of Colorado. Purchased it online, got a huge discount on it, and it was fully loaded. Just about everything on here is what it came with. Now, even though I got all these bells and whistles, it being a used bike, of course it had its quirks. There were definitely several things that I had to fix up or replace once I got it, and we're not quite there yet, but it is just about where it needs to be. So this bike I got really over maybe a year and a half ago, and I've loved it ever since. I mean, it's really been a fantastic bike to ride. So let's go through the breakdown here. So Evil Offering version 2, this is the size large. I have the XX1 axis drivetrain. There's a couple upgrades here. So when I got it, it had the original XX1 cranks, but it was in 175 millimeter. That was a little bit too long for me, and I was hitting a bunch of rocks and everything. So I ended up swapping it out to this GX 165 millimeter crank, and I'm actually going to be switching it yet again because I have some issues regarding the chain line that I'm trying to fix up. But I'm actually going to be changing this out yet again because I've been having this ongoing issue with the drivetrain, just kind of feeling sluggish, and couldn't figure out why. Well, I discovered why, and that's because my chain line is not where it should be. And I guess you can say that depending on the used bike that you get, people may throw on some upgrades that don't necessarily work together or are very compatible with one another. And so they had actually thrown on a standard boost crank arm with a 0 millimeter offset chain ring, and so it effectively gave me, I think, a 55 mil chain line when this bike is spec'd for a 56.5. So gonna be swapping that out. I'm also, I think, been running the 165s. I really like it, but I think I'm gonna bump up to 170. So we'll see what we think about it. Back in the rear end, we got the Rainbow 1299 series. It's the XX1 cassette, really. It's the rainbow color, rainbow chain on there, and this is pretty fancy. The original owner swapped out the derailleur for a ceramic speed. Really, these belong on road bikes, but otherwise they're kind of, extra and pointless for their use on a mountain bike. But still pretty cool with the ceramic bearings. And eventually, maybe I'll swap out the bottom bracket hub for ceramic. That'd be cool. Anyway, this is fully electric. Got the Axis drivetrain on there, so wireless. Got the battery pack. I can usually ride a good solid month, and before I got to charge it. Also, with our dropper post, we also got the Axis Reverb dropper up there, and I love it, but I am in need of a service on that thing, so I'm going to be sending it in eventually. Kind of does this thing where if I pull up from the top here, the whole thing will come up with it. So just needs to be serviced, and it'll be good as new. For the seat, there is a carbon Pro Stealth seat on there. It came with the bike, can't complain. So moving on up to brakes, these are the Hayes Dominion A4 brakes with a standard lever throw, and got them front and rear, 4-piston. The brakes that came on this bike were the G2 Ultimates, which I wasn't necessarily a fan of, primarily because it was just a standard 2-piston, and I'm about 230 pounds, so I was pretty much levered at the bars with those brakes. So ended up wanting something with more stopping power. My research brought me to the Dominions, and man, highly recommend. I mean, you can just barely touch them, and you can modulate your way all the way down a hill. As far as suspension goes, in the front for the fork, we have the Fox 36 factory. Now, it came as a Grip 2 damper fork, and I actually upgraded this to the brand new Grip X2 damper, and you know, because why not? And man, I gotta say, I truly love it. I mean, it is, I don't know if maybe my original Grip 2 damper was blown out or what, but this new one, it feels so good going down the trail, no problems. So ended up swapping out the damper for the Grip X2. Check out another video I got coming out. It's going to be about suspension bracketing and kind of how I like to dial in the suspension. You know, of course, there's always going to be factory specs and recommendations, and for the most part those are going to work great for you, but there's many different ways to ride the bike, and usually it's best to kind of dial it in for what's going to be comfy for you. I'll do my best to kind of break it down so it's nice and simple to follow. So we got the Fox 36 up there, and totally wrecked my stanchions on the fall about a month or so ago. But if you ever have any big scratches like that, just take some sandpaper, something fine, you know, knock down those edges, those burrs, so when you run a finger over there, you're not gonna get a fingernail caught in the scratch. Once you got all that cleared out, then just get you some epoxy, fill that in, and let it dry a little bit, and then just sand it down until it's nice and smooth and flat. The sooner the better, because if you just kind of leave it as is, then your dust wipers here with the gap in there, it's possible that there could be some leaks. So as for the rear end, we got the Push 11.6, and man, I was so thrilled to get this bad boy on here. These are one of those shocks that you buy once and they will take care of you for a lifetime. Any bike that you buy in the future, you just let them know, send it in, they will completely reconfigure it for that bike. They have dialed this thing in, so you pretty much set and forget it. During my suspension bracketing, I'm still going to play with it just so I can see what I can get out of it, but for the most part I've been running exactly what they tell me to run on it, because they do all the research and have all the data and everything based on rider weight and bike specification and everything like that, so it's pretty spot on. And then once a year you can ship this thing out to them. They'll do a complete full rebuild, maintains your warranty, and yeah, I mean this thing is a handcrafted, you know, best you can get coil suspension. I mean, for me personally, I can't hardly feel the trail underneath me with that thing. It's so smooth. Going back to the cranks, this is another thing that I forgot to mention, which I'm actually going to swap this out temporarily. But just for fun, I threw on this absolute black oval chain ring. Unfortunately, because of my crank arm situation, going from a boost to the proper super boost, it's going to require me to have, I think, a 3mm offset on the chain ring. So this is a 0, so probably won't be able to use it, but you never know. If it works, maybe I'll keep using it. But highly recommend on those. It's really great for climbing, kind of helps with the cadence, and it's just one of those things that, you know, you feel like you can climb a little bit better with it. Now going to the wheels and tires, we have the Enve M7 rims. Of course, like I said, everything you see here I was fortunate enough to get when I purchased the bike. So these are carbon rims, and they are laced to the Hydra Hubs. Now these Hydras were a little bit blown out when I got them, so I worked with Industry 9 and did a full rebuild myself. Very easy to do, and they got really detailed instructions. So yeah, cleaned everything out, got them rebuilt, and they're pretty good. You'll notice in some of my videos where you can hear the beautiful sound of the Hydras, and then other times you may not hear them at all. And so every now and then when I get them cleaned out, I'll just throw a bunch of grease in there, and completely silences the rear hub, so all you hear is just the sound of riding down the trail. So here pretty soon, once I swap out those cranks, I'll re-grease everything back there, so it'll be nice and quiet. Eventually, I thought about maybe upgrading the Hydras yet again, because I learned that the Hydra 2 came out not too long ago, so, you know, I'm spoiled, might as well. As far as the bars and the grips, we have the Enve M6 bars. These are just carbon bars, same brand as the rims, and man, they're great. Same with the stem, Enve stem. As far as the grips, I just have the evil Pamela Handerson on there. I really like them. I tried loads of grips and figured, yeah, you know, let's try out Evil's grips and see what they're like. And been my favorite so far, but they're getting a little bit worn out, so I might replace them. And as far as the headset goes, we just got a standard King Creek 40 on there. Thought about doing the 110, but you know, one thing at a time. And back to the wheels. Now we're on to the tires, and kind of every now and then I like to swap it around, just try something new. Right now we are doing the Continental. Got the Xynotal in the rear. Who knows how to say that stuff, whether it's a prescription or something else, but who knows. It's got the Enduro casing on there, and so far so good. In the front we got the Kryptotal fronts on there, so really like those. Otherwise, that is the bike. Oh, got one more thing here. We got the pedals. So these are the Crank Brothers Mallet pedals. And I have to say, I'm a big fan. I was riding flats for the longest time, but I like doing technical trails with some climbing in there, and I just found that I was constantly just falling off the pedals and just nailing myself in the shin with those flats. And if you've ever experienced that, then you understand. So, and then as far as the shoes go, oh, let me turn this way. There we are. We have the Crank Brothers shoes there. We got the BOA, and man, these things are very comfortable. One more thing I forgot to mention about the bike. Not only do I have push in the rear, I got push up front. This came as a 150 fork, and it had an ACS3 coil push upgrade. Ended up increasing the travel to 160, and also put another ACS3 coil in there. So I am fully coiled up. Other than that, that is the bike. Appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. We're nearly there to 150 subscribers. I can't believe it. The YouTube gods hooked me up and took one of my night riding videos straight to the moon. Got nearly like 4,000 views on that thing, seemingly within a week. So keep it up, guys. I mean, the ultimate goal here is to kind of help put the local trails on the map, but also, you know, I just do this for fun and just like being creative. And so leave a like and a comment. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.